Hi guys, my name's Amanda Louise and welcome to my channel. Today's video is going to be a makeup haul from the US. For the last 5 months I have been in America studying for 4 at a college and then traveling for 1, and of course I had to pick up a few bits and pieces, especially in the makeup field. As many of you will know, America is a little bit cheaper than Australia in quite a few products, especially the high-end stuff, but also with shipping prices, some more affordable brands become a little bit out of reach in Australia. So as soon as I got my hands on my own post box in America, I had quite a few orders coming in, especially from Colourpop and Makeup Geek, and then I also got my hands on quite a few bits and pieces from Benefit and some other brands as well. So let's jump in. The first product is the Professional by Benefit. This is their primer, and it's meant to be oil-free and lightweight. I've used it quite a bit. It is quite expensive for the amount of product you get, but then you don't use a lot each time. So at the same time, it's not too bad with American prices, but I don't think I'll be repurchasing it at the moment in Australia. So we'll see how it goes. The next priming product that I got is the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion in Original. I got this as a little sample size from Sephora when I was grabbing some other bits and pieces, and loved it so much that I actually bought the big size as well. This keeps your eyeshadow on for hours and hours and hours, all night if you need, all during the day if it's hot or cold, whatever the weather, it keeps it on, and it's probably the best primer potion for the eyes I've ever used, and I think I'll keep buying this definitely. It's gorgeous to put on. You really don't need a lot, so it lasts a long time and just makes the application of the eyeshadow be really smooth and easy as well. So great product, grab yourself some if you can. The lady at Sephora showed me the new Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in their new brow range, and she tried it out on me, and I loved how it could create a natural brow but also a buildable, more heavy sort of Instagram brow, if that's what you want to say. It's really easy to use, and it's double-ended, so it comes with a spoolie at one end and then obviously the pencil at the other, so it's great to have both in one. And of course you can see how nice and thin and small it is, so it's great for traveling, great to have in your handbag, and yeah, just really easy to use. Now for some holy grail products of mine, these two I cannot go a day without using, especially the Urban Decay All-Nighter Setting Spray. I use this every day, whether I'm just doing like eyebrows and a bit of concealer or a full face. This is just amazing. Honestly, it can be the hottest, most humid day and your face does not show it at all, and that's great. But yeah, it's a really great product. It lasts, it's quite long lasting. Like, I don't go through the bottle that quickly, but I did finish one in America, so I thought it was great timing to grab another one while it is a bit cheaper. But it's definitely one of those things that I'm going to be constantly repurchasing because I've never found anything so amazing as this. It's definitely top 3 favorite products in my makeup collection. And I saw they've come out with new packaging, which I'm really excited about because it looks gorgeous, and it's black and I love black. So yeah, super excited for that. And the other one is the MAC Prep and Prime Fix Plus Spray. I use it to keep my skin hydrated, and I like to use it on hot days when I've got events to go to, or like when I know I'm going to be wearing my makeup all day. I use it before my foundation, sometimes after, and then right at the end before I use the setting spray as well. So this does get a lot of use, and I know some people using it as a setting spray, but it doesn't work like that for me. I use it more as a hydrating sort of mist. But yeah, definitely had to grab another one of those because I was nearly finished with my last one. For some exciting things now, I grabbed these 2 eyeshadow palettes. I'll start with the Z palette. I already had the Z palette from Australia. Like I'd actually previously purchased it, I think off Beauty Bay, with a couple of Makeup Geek eyeshadows just to see sort of what the hype was about. And I loved the pigments of the Makeup Geek shadows so much that I had a list already on notes on my phone of which ones I wanted to buy when I got to America, and it was one of the first packages I ordered to my mailbox. As you can see, I've now got a full palette. Some of these are MAC eyeshadows. For example, this overly used one here is MAC Amiga, and I actually have another one in that other palette that I purchased in the States. That one I love in my crease, and it's obviously nice and soft and subtle. I think I'm wearing it today. And I use that one most days, as you can see. So that's a highly used one, and that is a MAC one. And then we've got some MAC ones down here, but the rest are Makeup Geek, and honestly they do live up to the hype. They've got a really great color range. I think they could definitely add some more colors, but they're constantly doing that, so there's definitely lots to choose from. I think over about 100 at the moment. As you can see, like, you can customize a palette yourself, which is pretty cool. Instead of buying those ones that are already made up, even though they're gorgeous, sometimes there's colors you might not use. All of these I'm going to use because they're just stunning, and I've picked them myself, and I know that they go together, and yeah, they look gorgeous in the palette. I'm absolutely obsessed with this, and it goes everywhere with me, which is sort of a bit embarrassing, but oh well. And the second palette I got is this beautiful, I hope you can sort of see the details on it, Makeup Geek palette. And I actually keep my foiled eyeshadows from Makeup Geek in here because it's sort of got that foiled look. I think it looks really pretty. So if we open inside, you can fit about 9 shadows in here, and that's that other MAC Amiga shadow I bought in the States. But these, so we've got, I think, 2 duotones. So they've got, they might go on as one color, but then they've got an undertone as another. So they're really gorgeous on the eye. And then 4 foiled eyeshadows, which I use all the time, just pressed over the top of the other shadows I've used for the base of the eye. And they just make your eyes pop, and they're absolutely gorgeous. And again, great quality and pigment, definitely worth purchasing. Some other exciting little products I got. I went with the hype and I had to grab the Becca Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter, which is absolutely stunning. It was the first purchase I made in America in Sephora in San Francisco, and it's stayed beautifully in the packaging ever since, all the way home to Australia. But it's definitely a gorgeous product, and I see why there was so much hype about it. It's stunning on, and the amount of compliments I get from that product is crazy. So thank you, Jaclyn Hill and Becca. The next pretty hyped product is a Benefit Hoola, which I've never owned before, and I'm definitely more of a NARS Laguna girl, but I had to pick this up over there just because it was obviously a lot cheaper and everyone loves it. I definitely use it more when I'm tanned, because I find that on my pale skin it is a little bit muddy, but if you use, you know, a little amount and then a bit more and sort of build it up, it does work quite well. But yeah, it's definitely a gorgeous little packaging, and yeah, Benefit packaging is just stunning, and their products are gorgeous. So well done, Benefit, again. This is like one of my favorite finds, probably, the e.l.f. Duo Blush and Bronzer Duo in, I think it's St. Lucia, it says on the back. So it's a gorgeous bronzer blush duo, and it reminds me a lot of the NARS Laguna and NARS Orgasm blush together. This one is a bit more peachy than the NARS blush, but it's definitely, the bronzer is definitely a dupe. I find you do have to build it a bit more. It's obviously not as pigmented as the NARS one, but it's stunning. Definitely a great find. And we're gonna finish off the video with my ColourPop finds. So I had a massive list of highlighters, eyeshadows and lip products from ColourPop that I wanted to buy for, I can't even tell you how long before I went. And as soon as I got that mailbox again, I was ordering and ordering and ordering. My first order was a highlighter and a couple of lipsticks because I'd heard great things about them, but of course I didn't want to order everything on my list if they didn't sort of meet the hype and meet the quality that everyone had said they were for the price. But I was so impressed with them that I went back and bought probably a bit too much, but so worth it. So we're going to start with this Super Shock Cheeks. These are meant to be highlighters and I think bronzers as well, although I might be wrong there. They might just meant to be highlighters. But I found quite a few of the colours are too dark as a highlighter on me. It just wouldn't work. It would look really weird. So I use them as eyeshadows. And when I got the first one, I think it was this one actually, Do Not Disturb, which is gorgeous. When I realised how creamy they were, I had to buy a few more. They're stunning eyeshadows and you get obviously like a lot more product than the smaller eyeshadows, as you can see here. And the consistency of them is really nice. They slide on the eyelids so easily, and a couple of my roommates, one of them who wasn't really into makeup, actually purchased some after she saw how amazing these were and just how easy they were to use, but also the colours are gorgeous. So that's probably my favourite, Do Not Disturb. And then I've also got Electric Slide, which is a really nice everyday gold. It's really nice to just sweep on the lids and off you go and you're done. So it's really beautiful colour. And then we've got Avalon, which is beautiful copper shade. This looks great with blue and green eyes. I love this colour. And then lastly, one of them that I actually use as a highlighter is Flexitarian. So it's a really white highlight. Reminds me a bit of the Balm Mary Lou, which I do have, but this is definitely whiter. So for like pale complexions, like a bit like mine, it's a really nice highlight and it doesn't look as though you've got anything on, but it still gives you that beautiful highlight. So yeah, it's a really great product to have. And of course, like I think it was $5 or $6 US, so very, very affordable, definitely. So I grabbed a few of their eyeshadows. These are the Super Shock shadows. I'm not as impressed with these products just because I find you can't, if you dip a brush into them, it doesn't pick up any product. I find I've got to sweep it on with my fingers and then blend it in. So they're not as nice as the creamy sort of highlighting products or the lips, but still for the price, they're definitely a great purchase and they do have quite a nice colour range. This one is To a T. It's just a matte brown. It's a really nice crease shade and it goes with a lot of other colours as well, which is great to have, of course. Then we've got Game Face, which is really strong copper, and this is a stunning colour. I love to press this on the middle of the lid and it just adds that nice bit of shine without being too glittery, and like the foiled shadows. Depends, you know, obviously what you're going for, but that is a really nice, more subtle brightening. This is Millionaire. It's quite a gold, shimmery gold shade, and it's also a really pretty everyday colour. I've used that quite a lot actually, that one, just for like a simple look rather than being too bold. It's a really nice simple one. Oh, and then we've got Hustle, which is just fallen out of its little thing, so I might just keep the lid on that one. This is a deep burgundy shade. You might not be able to see it just because it's falling out, but it is a really nice shade, and it goes with quite a few of my Makeup Geek shadows in that palette as well, so really nice to have in the collection. And last but not least, we've got So Quiche, which looks sort of like a greeny gold, but then it also has purple flecks through it, which is totally unique. I don't have anything like this, and it's sort of like the duotone Makeup Geek shadows. It's sort of the similar idea. Not a massive fan of this one because it does come out with sort of like a black undertone when I apply it, but then of course it depends what look you're going for. So I'm sure it would look great with some looks, so I'll have to keep experimenting with that one. My favourite part of the haul is these gorgeous Colourpop lippies. So I'm actually wearing the Ultra Satin Lip in Frickin' Frack right now, which is this one. I've got one satin lip, I think one glossy, a couple of lip liners, and then the rest are either metallics or mattes. So I sort of tried to get a little bit of everything so that I could try them all out. And I ended up loving the matte lips so much and how long they last that I had to buy a heap more. So that's why this container is sort of overflowing. There's definitely some favorites in there. Times Square is a really nice nude color. Normally I don't really like nudes on me, but this one is probably the first one that I found that I actually really like. And then I also repurchased Love Bug and Tulle, I think it was. So this one is Love Bug, a really nice sort of brick red undertone to the nude. And then we've also got Tulle as well, which is a really nice pinky nude, which I normally don't wear, but it looks really gorgeous on. And I'm going to do a bit of a swatch video with these, so keep an eye out for that, so that you can see how they all apply, how long lasting they are, and the colour range. Really, the colour range is crazy, and for how cheap they are, they're really, really good products. That's it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this haul. I absolutely love hauls, so I thought it was a great video to start out with. And definitely give it a like and a subscribe if you loved it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!